So let's start at the beginning, Scorpio. Well, it looks like you're really trying to find your balance. You're collecting some information. It looks like more on a spiritual bent, that you're looking for answers in the world, kind of on a larger scale, you know, the meaning of life type of thing. And it does look like you're getting some answers. It does look like you're releasing some expectations, some frustration, and really going for the flow a little bit more, Scorpio. As you're collecting information, this is kind of bringing a little bit more peace of mind to you and kind of quelling that restless spirit a bit. So that's a really good thing, but it looks like you're taking the time to do a little research, to collect data, collect information, and it does look like it's on the larger scale. I know many of you work in the healing arts or work with energy, so it does look like it pertains to that, not necessarily religion. For some of you, it may be religion, but this feels like just adding tools to your spiritual toolbox is what it feels like. What crosses you is it looks like something has been out of balance for a very long time. And I'm not sure if you initiated the change, but some change has taken place to where the balance is a little bit more equal. And justice can be as great as, you know, legal issues, or can be as small as righting a wrong. It's basically righting a wrong that was done to you. So this could be idle gossip from the past, somebody making amends. There's a lot of healing energy. So don't be surprised if people kind of climb out of the woodwork, Scorp, and come and say, I'm sorry, I was a butthead, or you know, this was really out of pocket. But so you will be getting either amends to a certain situation, or you have made a decision that makes your life a little bit more in balance from what it has been in the past. The King of Swords is right here. It's at the top. This is usually someone over 30 or 40, or someone that has great wisdom if they are in a younger earth suit. The swords are air signs. That's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So this is really feeling like a person more than a situation of triumph or anything. But this does feel like you had to either confront or have a come to Jesus meeting or something with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, which kind of turn the tables more into balance. So it does look like last month's prioritizing of you and getting rid of some of the dead wood, or getting rid of some of the responsibilities that you had taken on. And it does look like you may have taken on this air signs responsibilities, but it does look like you gave it back to them. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It could be a woman too. It's usually somebody over 30 or 40. The valence is being shown to me as a man, but that can be a very strong woman as well. So it does look like you have kind of turned the tables on him a little bit and said, this is enough, I'm not doing this. So congratulations for finding your voice in a situation that was totally out of balance for a very long time. This could be a child that refuses to move, you know, a partner that is not financially doing their part. Doesn't have to be finances, but something was out of balance and you have put it back into balance. So that's why I think all your cards are going more toward the positive side of things. It does look like you've had to gather your strength. This is in the past position, so you may have had to gather your strength and walk through a little bit of fear of rejection, fear of how your words were being taken, and you may have had to put yourself out there a little bit more than you wanted to. It could also be the situation with this King of Swords as well, but it does look like you gathered your strength, stopped floating for a while. Water signs, you know, we tend to float. I am a Scorpio too, so I understand that. So it does look like you kind of stopped floating, take the bull by the horns, and dealt with some stuff head on. And that is the only way that it could have been done and could have made the sweeping changes. But it does look like that change has become a part of your awareness and become a part of your life. The Queen of Pentacles is here, and you know, she is a very earthy sign. She's the earth sign. She's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but she also can stand for creating more material wealth or getting your finances together. this does feel like a little bit of both. Is there an earth sign pulling on your finances? This is someone that is wise as well. Queens are one of usually great dignity, try to do the right thing, or they are physically older than 30 or 40. This feels like a little bit of both. It does feel like you are focusing on making the balance of your worldly possessions and your money be a little bit more balanced in the world. So it feels like, Scorpio, you're being a little bit more conscious about your purchases. If it's a large purchase, giving it time to really absorb. Do you really need this? Almost like a little justification for the larger purchases. But it feels like, do not make any rash decisions on large purchases this month. Let it sit, let it marinate, and let it sit, let it marinate, and feel if it's the right thing for you, or is it just a real quick purchase that you can live without. The moon is here. And this is feeling like a lot of those intrinsic things. The moon is our darker side, our internal side. It's also where our creative essence comes from, our great ideas come from. So it does look like you're taking a lot of those ideas that were in your mind, in your heart, and you're projecting them back into the world on a physical manifestation. So it does look like you have engaged other people in your work, whatever it is, and it could be a passion that you're turning into work, but it does feel like there has been a shift in your mindset that you really want to, you may be stuck in the 9-to-5 jive, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to do that to pay those physical things like mortgages and college tuitions, bills, things like that. But it does look like you are being more and more engaged in your passion and putting it out there in the world. So taking the passions and the creativity and the essence from the mindset and putting it into the physical realm. It does look like things that you've been thinking about for a while, and it does look like you are engaging others in either asking questions, doing research, how to do it, and it could be, jewelry making, book writing, hiking on a hill, travel, whatever your passion is. It looks like you're incorporating that a little bit more since you released some of these responsibilities that weren't really yours. Now you can focus on your greatest heart desires that have been there for many, many years. So it's time to take a step into your greatness. Give it a try. If it doesn't work out, you can always try something else. And I do see the fear card here. It is in the line of this, with the moon, and the moon is the intrinsic things coming to the light. And kind of prioritizing. It looks like you're prioritizing you now, which is great. So be a little aware of saving that money. You may have to allocate some money that you just freed up into your new project, or at least investing in that new project. The Ace of Pentacles is here. Love the Ace of Pentacles, or all aces. I call them God cards. It's when we're firmly on our path. Pentacles are movement. They can be education. They can also be material goods. So it does look like you're getting your money, your finances, your material goods a little bit more balanced. And it does look like this was the last piece of the puzzle that had to be relieved, those responsibilities. So you can really focus on your own, reallocating things you've always wanted to do. Maybe the plumbing busted, but at least now you have a little bit more cash, or you have a little bit more know-how to fix that. But it does look like that is one of the main focuses, is getting things back into balance for you. And you have the 2 here with those discs. So it does look like getting some balance over finances, allocating to some fun stuff, not just the have-tos. But it also looks like pulling your money back from things that weren't necessarily yours to clean up. And I'm feeling also that you may be getting paid back, or some money coming to you that you had forgotten about. Could be a loan that has been outstanding. You could get a rebate check on something, but something is coming to you in the month of July that'll be kind of a surprise bit to add to your finances. And for many of you, it may be inheritance, but there's something that is a surprise about receiving money or goods. So you have two twos right next to each other. And this is the Two of Wands. It does look like it's a great validation for you letting go of the things that didn't work for you. People, places, things, maybe even jobs are shifting for you, Scorp. But you're looking at the world now. You're looking at the world pretty intensely. And your world is not so small anymore now that you've made these changes and let go of friendships and give yourself permission to breathe a little bit out of other people's expectations. So it does feel like travel is in the works, if it isn't already something you're embracing. But it does look like you took to heart about redoing a bucket list or looking at things a little bit different. But you're looking out into your future a little bit different, a little bit brighter after you've done some of these healing. Some information is coming through about doing some work on your physical level. So don't ignore anything that comes to you. If you have a physical ailment, you need to go get checked out, please do so. But it does look like things are coming into balance, mind, body, and spirit. Which affords you kind of to look at what your future looks like. So you're really focusing in what you want the next 5 years to look like, 5-10 years to look like. It does look like everything that you have known as true has kind of shifted for you. A lot of large shifts over the last maybe 24 months. It does look like some of your creation and some of the world's creation have kind of shifted your perspective or your plans. So even if one plan doesn't come out, it's not supposed to. So don't lose the faith, Scorpio. There's something bigger and better for you in the works right now. And you've taken that leap of faith. You've taken that brave initiative to change what you can change and speak your truth. So the rewards will be coming if they haven't already. So here's another two. So two looks like a big theme. There's a couple fives here. So balance. You're really encapsulating balance. It was just a theory before, and now you're really living it. You know what it looks like. You know what it feels like now to be in balance. While those around you spin, it does look like you kind of joined with the spinners for a little bit, but you've pulled yourself out of that by using your words with love and kindness, making those hard decisions, relieving yourself of the toxic friendships, relationships, love, relationships, and work. So you have done a lot of hard work and you are coming into balance much, much more. You're coming into your own, you're coming into your power. It does feel like you have a little bit more outside energy looking in on you, which may feel a little uncomfortable to be maybe in the public eye, or you may have to give a speech at work that you've never had to do, but there's something uncomfortable and that makes you spin a little bit. But I think you'll be great. You'll be fine. Grab the bull by the horns. Do it anyway. But you have found, it does feel like some calmness in your heart and kind of letting things be presented to you instead of being the bird dog and hunting out everything. You're just kind of going with the flow right now. So that's what the water is feeling like on this too, that you're taking life as it is, handing it to you. You're not trying to change it, manipulate it, or have your way with it. You're just allowing life to flow and show you your next step. I do think you will be quite busy towards the end of summer and going into the fall. I think that you will have to prioritize again. You've just opened yourself up to some wonderful new beginnings that are starting to take place. So still make sure that you have time for you and time for your individual healing, even though you are out in the public eye a little bit more. The culmination of all this, it does feel like you still have quite a lot of fear around money, quite a lot of fear about being old, broke, and alone is what I call it. And that's just what it is, fear. And fear really has no place in your world of abundance. So you're still trying to find your balance between abundance and fear. And this is just a fear. But if you continued on what you were doing in the past, giving all your time, energy, money away, fixing people's problems, yes, this is the outcome of all that. But I don't see that for you, Scorp. I see all these wonderful new branches starting to light up and starting to gift you back all that energy that you have given out in the world. You're an out of control healer. You just are. So if you can learn to rein it in a little bit, give to yourself first, and know when someone's just repeating the same problems over and over and kind of using you to figure it out, or when they are genuine and they really truly need a leg up and they are one of integrity. They're not a taker. So see if you can discern who deserves the help and who's just creating the same problems over and over. So that is when you get into the old broke and alone, when you're gifting people who really need to gift themselves. So this is just a fear, Scorpio. So walk right through that fear, do what you need to do. But these beautiful creations are lighting up for me. And this feels like just a fallacy that, we can go into the dark or we can go into the light. So I encourage you to go into the light and keep going. So on one side of this, it does look like you have, because of you've changed a lot of things in your life. It does feel like there's some sorrow. You may have lost some friends. You may have ended a relationship. You may have released part of that relationship. But I encourage you to feel that sadness and then walk through it. There are other gains from this movement. There are other things that are just waiting for you to pay attention to. And it does look like the relationships, the jobs, the people in your life that you released were really dragging you down, So it's time for you to fly. And in order for you to do that, you really need to let people go that can do their own things themselves, that have just been hanging on you. So it is a bit of a sad time because it is changing, but you are growing. And truth be told, you may have grown past those relationships. So there's somebody else, and there are other relationships, whether it's a love relationship, friend relationship, that are more in line with your growth, that you have a little bit more in common. So you may have to feel that sorrow a little bit, but I encourage you not to stay there too long, that there's something right around the corner for you. So have faith in the journey, please, Scorp. On the other side is the Page of Wands. Pages can be messages. They can also stand for children. So it does feel like with all the shifts that you have made, that some children are affected, either positive or negative. Also, pages with Page of Wands. This is a fire. This is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Could be a child. But also, those pages of wands are important messages. They may be concerning your current situation. It may be a new job or an invitation to a new social situation. So pay attention to the messages, those invitations, those emails that come through. But it really does feel like not only is it a shift for children or the children concerned, with the situation that you move, but it also feels like a really important message coming to you concerning your current situation, your passion, your work out in the world. So that is your general reading, Scorp, for the month of July. I'm going to throw a couple of these beautiful past life oracle cards. These are another Doreen Virtue. I just love how she brings it on home with one or two words. So vows, okay, time to make some new vows to yourself is what I'm feeling. Allow the vows that are out of date, whether they're marriage vows or friendship promises, the ones that are out of date and do not work, it's all right to release and make some new promises to yourself and others. Transportation. So is it time to get on a plane, train, or automobile? Is it time to move about a little bit? Maybe you need a new set of wheels. But something about transportation is going to shift for you. It can be that simple.